Alrighty, happy Fullback Friday, everybody, and welcome back to the MillerFootball channel. If you don't know who I am by now, my name is David. I also go by MillerFootball, and today we're celebrating the best day of the week, Fullback Friday. We're going to be taking a look at some MACTION today, primarily. Taking a look at Brock Lampe of the Northern Illinois Huskies and what he did against Western Michigan earlier in the week. He had a huge game. It was awesome. It was a fantastic game. I'm very excited to dive into it. And then on top of that, we're also going to take a look at some, NFL fullback plays just to pad out the video a little bit. And we're going to take a look at some exciting stuff that happened, kind of fullback adjacently with some formations that were ran. It's going to be a jam-packed episode. I'm very excited. This is going to be a ton of fun. I hope you're all ready. I hope you're all excited. If you are, please make sure to leave a like down below so I know that you're all enjoying this series. It, inspires me to upload it more, inspires me to put more work into it, to do more research, to watch more film. And also, I like seeing the number go up. It boosts my serotonin levels. And as a Bears fan, I need more serotonin because it's rough out here. And also make sure to subscribe so you don't miss this. I'm trying to do these every week. I know I've been kind of inconsistent with that, but life is hectic. So things happen sometimes. But going forward, I'm really hoping to be able to pump one of these out every single Friday. So if you don't want to miss them, which you shouldn't want to miss them because it's Fullback Friday. Why wouldn't you want to celebrate Fullback Friday every week? But if you don't want to miss them, make sure you subscribe and also leave a comment down below. Tell me who your favorite fullback is. I want to know who's everybody's favorite fullback. Mine personally, it's got to be Mike Alstott. I know that's like a cheap answer, but Mike Alstott is my GOAT. He's my favorite fullback of all time. Also a big Marcel Reese fan, just to throw out another name. Without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into the tape and talk about Brock Lampe of the Northern Illinois Huskies and what he did this week in some MACTION action. All right, so first and foremost, I want to apologize for having to use the broadcast angle. I know it's not ideal, but I don't currently have access to College All 22. I usually wait to do that until a little bit later in the year when I'm actually doing my scouting and whatnot. So for right now, this is what we've got, but I can assure you the method's still going to be the same. The process is still going to be the same. It just looks a little unprofessional, but we're talking about some action. It doesn't have to be pretty. It just has to be effective. It's got to be football. So we're taking a look here at Brock Lampe, the fullback for the NIU Huskies. Probably my favorite fullback in the country. It's between him and then Robbie Oots, who I guess isn't technically a fullback, but you know how I am. I'm very liberal with my use of the word fullback. If you have a certain mentality, you play a certain way, you have a certain vibe to you, and you get reps in the backfield, you're a fullback, right? Let's be honest here. But regardless, we've got Lampy out here, lined up, ironically, at tight end after that whole spiel, and you're going to see right away, he engages with this defensive lineman, he down blocks, and then he's going to climb to the second level and take care of this linebacker. And the goal is here, obviously, you have three linemen pulling. You want to get the running back out in space, and Lampy's just got to make sure this linebacker is out of the play. And that is exactly what's going to happen. You see he climbs up, gets his hand in the chest of the linebacker. He has the leverage, and he's going to do what I say all the time, back to the back. He's going to wall this guy off. You're going to see Ontario Brown here is going to get a lane right through the middle, and that's going to set up beautifully. Just a great job there by Lampy. You see back to the back. Running backs coming through here. Lampy's got the linebacker facing the complete opposite direction. And that is going to spring a huge run for Ontario Brown, who unfortunately is going to fumble this football at the end of the play. And it's going to be a turnover. Western Michigan gets the ball, which sucks. But that play didn't fall apart because of Brock Lampe. And that's what I care about for the purposes of this video. Brock Lampe did great. If maybe Brown was a little bit quicker, or, had better ball security, we're talking about this is a run that goes from midfield up to the 8. So a 40-plus yard run, and Lampy sets one of the most important blocks on the play because you see, here's Lampy, here's Brown. Like, he is literally running in a lane that Lampy creates himself. So it sucks to see that this play ended up the way it did. I'm kind of an NIU fan. My college football allegiance is weird. I'm from Maryland, not a Maryland fan. I grew up a West Virginia fan, but because I'm a Bears fan, I have a soft spot for Illinois sports, and NIU, I guess you could say, is like my second team. But regardless, a very good play here by Lampy again. Hit him with the 1-2, take the linebacker out of the play, and let Brown take this one for a big old gain, or what should have been a big old gain if Buddy Boy didn't fumble the ball inside the 5. All right, this is going to be another one of those 1-2 plays where you're going to see Lampy, who's lined up as a tight end. He's going to come downhill, chip block with the tackle there, and he's going to climb to the second level and take care of a linebacker. Just a really good job. But before we get into this play, I just want to show off. I accidentally fast forwarded the video here. If you go to the start, check that out. 10 runs to 2 passes, top of the second quarter. That's some real ball right there. So you see they're going to hand this one off. Again, immediately engages with this lineman. But if I get rid of that mark, you can see his helmet is facing north, which means he's looking upfield. He's looking to see where his next assignment is. He locates that linebacker in the middle. He sees him start to kind of drift to the outside, and he's going to take full advantage of that. Lampy's going to go in there, go low, and then turn him around and get him out of the play. Boom, right there. Low man wins, as we all know, the low man trophy in college football. You get the shoulder and the chest there, which is giving him the leverage, giving him the power, giving him the ability to turn this linebacker or safety maybe. I don't know. I'm a very casual college football fan. I don't know anything about Western Michigan, so you'll have to excuse me. But either way, he's opening up this lane that's just going to allow the running back, this freshman that had a huge game, 2 touchdowns over 100 yards. He's going to shoot through this gap, and he's able to do that because at the top here, you've got Lampy taking care of this linebacker. And you'll see, boom, pushes him right through. Just a beautiful, beautiful play, beautifully blocked, really good run. Just all around awesome stuff there from NIU. All right, so we've watched Lampy kill it as a blocker. So here we have him lined up as a tight end once again. And this time we're going to see him in the pass game. So we're going to get a little play action here. The quarterback's going to fake the handoff. You got 3 coming around in like an orbit motion. They're going to fake the handoff there. And then Brock is going to get to do some real fun stuff. So you'll see fakes handoff. And right here, Lampy is blocking down, right? So this is telling these defenders, these 4, more specifically these 2, that Lampy's a blocker. He's not going out on a route. He's not a threat on this play. So you got to worry about this guy coming across in motion. That's the concern on this play for these 2 defenders, right? Or if this fella ends up leaking over top, maybe one of them will drop back. But right now, none of them are thinking about Lampy because you got a big hulking fullback down blocking on play action. So watch this. You get 22 start to leak out into the flat. You've got this DB, he's locked down on him. This linebacker, he's locked down on him. Lampy's starting to turn, and he's going to leak upfield, get upfield, and get wide open. So you see this fella right here, he's looking the whole opposite direction. He's looking downfield. You've got one-on-one here. Lampy's wide open. Lampy's leaking. A leaking Lampy is going to end up in a lot of trouble, right? That's going to give you a lot of trouble as a defense if you let Lampy leak. That's exactly what they do. And by the way, just a moment for the catch, right? Brother gets his hands up. It's a nice hands catch from a big-bodied, traditionally blocking fullback. Gonna haul that one in, and he's moving upfield. You got a one-on-one situation. You know, a lot of backs nowadays, they'll spin, they'll juke, they'll hurdle, whatever. Not Lampy. Boom! Right through him. That guy has no idea what hit him. He is lost in the sauce. And now you got a 2-on-1 with Lampy, and, you know, it's been a good gain at this point. Surely he won't get more yards. There's an extra 2 for you. An extra 2 yards for the road. Just an awesome, awesome play by Lampy. Again, sells the down block. Defense is real confused. I love the play design here. And Lampy leaks out, runs through a man, and fights through 2 more, gets the first down on 2nd and 9. Just awesome, awesome stuff from the big fella getting the ball in his hands. And that's not all, folks. We've seen Lampy run block. We've seen him catch a pass. How about a key block on a kickoff return? How's that sound? Tied up here in the 3rd quarter. Western Michigan just tied the ball game up. They're kicking off to NIU. They're going to kick this one deep. And we've got Brock Lampe right here. Right here. Nothing new, right? A lot of fullbacks play kick coverage. It's just a way to get them on the field more. So You're going to see Lampy, he gets downfield, and right here, bottom of your screen, he's squaring somebody up. Blocking up front is already great. You've got a great block here. This guy's doing a really good job with his block. And with the way this returner's headed, these guys over here aren't going to make a whole lot of difference at this very moment. So you see Lampy, he squares his guy off, and look at that lane. Look at that lane set up by Brock Lampe. So this returner's going to do a great job of shooting through that. He's got the speed. Lampy's guy's facing the whole opposite direction. He gets a hand in there, sure, but this guy's got a full head of steam and blockers ahead of him. He's not going down with a hand tackle. Not even an arm tackle, a hand tackle. It's not happening. So Lampy's driving his guy. He puts him in the dirt, knocks him off balance, and then it's off to the races. Zero's got the juice. He's going to take it to the house on an awesome return. Not trying to say that Lampy was the creator of this play, obviously. This is a lot of just outrunning guys, a lot of really good teamwork as a whole from the blockers. But Lampy sets a really important block. A very, very important block. Again, squares his man up, drives him out, keeps his hands in the chest, has the leverage. His man can't get a hold of him, can't get out. Tries the hand tackle, doesn't work. Lampy puts him in the dirt and starts jogging downfield. And that's to the house. That's how you take a lead. And that was an exciting play right there. Just awesome stuff. Awesome contribution from our boy 49. All right, this right here was my favorite block and is going to get the coveted MillerFootball Fullback Friday Block of the Week award. Just murder is what you're about to witness. We've got Lampy lined up as a tight end here. I was going to say an H-back, but he's offset, so he's still a tight end. I want to give him the credit, but they're lining him up here. However, you got to get him on the field, right? So they're going to run this ball off Lampy's ass. So Lampy has a very, very important job here of taking care of his man across from him. So you're going to see great engagement, hands in the chest, and with the way Lampy's blocking, he's taking the outside shoulder here, which is the key because that's where the back's going. If he takes this inside shoulder, then all of a sudden the defensive lineman has the leverage, he can shed. That being said, the lineman's still going to try to shed. You see, he gets some distance and tries to push off, tries to get through. And Lampy just, I want to imagine in his mind, is like, bitch, sit the fuck down. And just buries him for even considering running by him. Just an awesome play there. I'm going to let this run because we do get to see it from the other angle, and it's a bit more impactful here. Another big touchdown. So again, Lampy right here up against a defensive lineman, a big boy, and he's going to do an awesome job. You see the hand placement here, a little close to the face mask, but not close enough. That's the important distinction. Plus, you get the added benefit, white gloves, white face mask. But you get him in the chest, and then you bury him. Just a great pancake block. You see the running back, he comes right through the hole that Lampy and 82 here are able to create. Just some beautiful teamwork. And one more time. I want to watch this big guy hit the dirt again one more time. Just bury his ass. Beautiful stuff right there. All right, this one we're only going to be watching from the replay angle because the broadcast angle, you can't get a good look at Brock. So we've got him pulling across here to block for the freshman running back once again. And you see Brock, he's going to get up to the second level, does a great job. You know, this running back, he's got a convoy here. He's got Brock up front. He's got 82 behind him, a little double lead block here to take out some linebackers. So Brock sees this linebacker start to go low. He goes lower, shoulder to shoulder here. Great contact. Gets low, pushes him out of the play. Opens up 22 to get to the next level. 82 sets his block he hinders his defender a little bit and forces him to dive. 22 has a really nice center of gravity. He has really good contact balance from what I saw in this game. He's able to break that tackle, stiff arms another defender, and I mean, just an insane run from the freshman there. But Brock does make this possible with this block on the outside. Takes care of his man. And 22 at that point is just off to the races on a big boy run. Not a whole lot to talk about on this one, but it was still a damn good play by Brock Lampe. And then our last Lampy block here, we've got him lined up as an H-back on this play. And, you know, end of the game, up 14, trying to run some clock, 2nd and 8. what better way to run some clock than get a reset of downs? And that's exactly what's going to happen here. So this ball gets snapped, and Lampy is going to engage right away with the defensive lineman. He's going to do a great job. You see the hand placement's good. The leverage is good. He's lower. He's got a powerful base here. And I love the way he's able to hold this block. He does a great job of setting his feet, getting himself set, holding this block. That's going to buy 22 some time. He presses the line for a second, kind of waits, where am I going to go? Where am I going to go? And then he finds a hole and shoots through it, is able to pick up some yards. But Lampy does an awesome job. He resets there, fixes the hand placement, which is beautiful because you see right where we were at. The hand placement's wide. It's out on the shoulder. So he does a great job of establishing his base, resets the hand, gets it in the chest, and that opens up the back to buy himself a couple seconds and then shoot on through. And he picks up that first down and then some. This kid runs fucking hard, man. This kid is awesome. This freshman, he's fantastic. But Lampy here, again, great job resetting the hand, getting in the chest, opening that up. And then he ends up being a pretty important block here because the running back has to take a lane right off of where Lampy was. He keeps his man at bay, and that allows them to pick up a first down. At that point, they're able to chew the clock down to 2 minutes, and they can go home with a big MAC W. That's right, folks. For the second time this season, we're getting a new fullback, hopefully. I want to preface this by saying Mauga played 1 snap on offense. So hopefully this is something the Raiders incorporate a little bit more. Because listen, I don't know about you all, but when I think about Raiders football, I think about fullbacks, right? I'm thinking about Tom Rathman. I'm thinking about Alec Ingold. I'm thinking about one of my favorite fullbacks of all time, Marcel Reese. I'm thinking about Jakob Johnson. I'm thinking about all these different incredible fullbacks. And the Raiders don't have one. They haven't had one since they let Jakob go last year, which, in my opinion, was absolutely criminal. Letting Jakob Johnson walk should get you blacklisted from the NFL. It's the same as letting Ari Blasingame go. But we're not here to talk about my Bears this week. I don't want to talk about my Bears anymore. But regardless, the Raiders, this is a team that, they wanted to do this whole tough smash mouth identity with Antonio Pierce. It hasn't really gotten them very far. The Raiders suck, but hey, they're introducing a fullback, and let me tell you, 1 rep, 1 touchdown, just saying. So far, 100% success rate. So we've got Kanai Mauga, the 3rd-year linebacker out of USC. He's going to be playing fullback on this play. We're going to bring Brock Bowers in motion. You see, Mauga's got a tough ask. He's got to take care of Sam Hubbard, dude. So he's going to get low, does a great job of squaring him off, hits the outside shoulder or the inside shoulder, and spins him. And that is going to allow Zamir White here to bounce inside. And Mauga's excited. Look at this man. This is a man who was born to play the fullback position. If you're reacting like that after setting a lead block on a 1-yard touchdown run, you were born to be a fullback. The Raiders need to do the right thing. They fired Luke Getsy, which is a great step in the right direction. Now let's get Kanai Mauga on the field more offensively. In fact, let's just change his position to fullback, because he's not playing on defense right now. He's a special teamer. Let him do that thing that all fullbacks do, where they play fullback and special teams, because that's what they do now. And also, there's so many fullbacks out there who are converted linebackers. I mean, this is the second time we've seen a linebacker convert to fullback, although technically that's a little bit different because Van Sumeren played fullback in high school and was recruited as a fullback, but I digress. 2 new fullbacks. Kanai Mauga needs to stay as a fullback. I need it for my mental health, for my sanity, and I think the Raiders need it. And honestly, I think Kanai Mauga needs it, because one more time, watch this. Takes the inside shoulder, spins Sam Hubbard around, takes him out of the play, and he's feeling himself, man. He's all sorts of fired up. I love it. I love the energy from this dude. I hope he stays a fullback, one of us. But just a great block from a guy who, to my knowledge, hasn't played the position before. If I'm wrong, please let me know down in the comments. I know very little about Mauga, I did like a little Wikipedia research and I couldn't find anything that said he played fullback. I looked up Mauga fullback and nothing came up, but you know, if you've been following his career since high school or something, because I'm sure someone out there has, please let me know if that's the case, if he's played it before or not. But either way, looked great on this play. Hope we see him more going forward. All right, I'm feeling generous today, so we're going to speed run some NFL blocks. We've got Pat Ricard blocking for Henry here. One of two Ricard blocks we're going to take a look at, blocking for 2 separate touchdowns against the Broncos. So we're going to go ahead and send a man in motion. We've got Ricard squaring up an edge rusher here. I believe this is the one they just traded away. I'm really bad with numbers because Denver's edge rushers all have funky-ass numbers. But regardless, Ricard's going to do a good job squaring him up, allow Derrick Henry to get on through, keep his man out of the play, and Henry's going to find his way into the end zone. And I cut it off, but you can see Ricard is real excited over here. You know, you can see a little bit here. He's real excited. He's running over to go celebrate with the king. Just a really nice block to help set up a quick, like 7-yard touchdown here. All right, same thing here. We've got Ricard lined up at fullback about 6 or 7 yards out from the end zone. We're going to run the same play. We're going to run the same type of concept here. Send a man in motion. Ricard's going to have to square up the edge rusher again. Does a really good job of breaking down his feet, getting low, you know, as we know Ricard can. He's going to take him on, absorbs him, and you see Derrick Henry's going to run right off Ricard's ass, and then he's going to shoot through, break some leg tackles because he's the goddamn king, and he finds his way into the end zone, stares down a couple fans, stares down the camera, actually, excuse me. But just one more time, show the replay. Great job. You know, 2 very similar blocks from Ricard, setting up 2 touchdowns in a big blowout win over the Broncos. Haven't talked about the Saints in a while because the Saints kind of suck, but you know who doesn't suck? Adam Prentice. He's a great blocker. I love talking about Adam Prentice. He's one of my favorite fullbacks in the league. Just somebody who plays amped up and excited all the time. He's a very, like, infectious energy type of guy. But we've got him here. He's going to lead block for Taysom Hill on a designed QB run, something the Saints are able to whip out. You know, they have this very rare opportunity to run a play like this, and, you know, they can run or throw out of it. It's pretty interesting. And then they have the added benefit of being able to put their fullback at tailback as the lead blocker. So right here, you're going to see you've got Hill wants to go through this lane here. Prentice needs to take care of 56. He's going to get some chip help from Cesar Ruiz. And all in all, this is going to be a really nice job blocking. So you see Prentice, hand placement isn't great. It's up on the shoulder pads. But he does get into his man, does push him back, does hold his own a little bit there. He gets that little bit of chip help. Actually, one might be able to argue Cesar Ruiz is a little bit more of a hindrance than a help here, because he runs into Prentice, kind of knocks him off balance, but he does wall off for Taysom Hill. So he's helping the run, hindering Prentice, which is going to allow their man to spin around. But at this point, Taysom Hill's in the end zone, so it doesn't matter. And Adam Prentice looks over, he's like, "You in? Fuck yeah, you're in." And he's feeling himself. Again, the excitement, the energy, the vibe of Adam Prentice is very infectious. And it's why he's one of my favorite fullbacks in the league. I just wish he was on a better football team and not part of a disorganized, incompetent organization. One last fullback play I want to show off before we get into something a little bit different is a little treat. We've got Ricard lined up here, offset to the right. That's a terrible circle. But you're probably wondering, Miller, you said Ricard blocked for 2 touchdowns in this game. Why are we showing him in the red zone again? Did you lie? Did he block for 3? Or is this going to be like a bad run? No. No, very simply. Designed pass to Pat Ricard. Because fuck you. Like, this is the first read on the play. Lamar, as soon as his eyes are up, he's looking at Ricard, who's wide open in the flat, hauls it in, runs it in at the end of the play. He's feeling himself, spins the ball. God, I love fat guy touchdowns. And I especially love fat guy touchdowns when the fat guy's number 42 in Baltimore. Because he might be my favorite fat guy. Point blank, period. Just one more time. His 2nd touchdown of the season. Believe it or not. Of course, because of the fumble early on in the year. Just awesome stuff from 8 and 42. Little 3-yard pass you can see there up at the top. But it made me smile. Probably my favorite 3-yard pass of the year. All right, the last 3 plays I want to take a look at here are a little bit different. We're not looking at them for any fullback blocks, although we do have a fullback, in my opinion, on the field here in Brady Russell. Brother loves the I form. God bless Brady Russell. But if it's not apparent, we're here because look at this formation. 4th and 1. And the Seattle Seahawks are coming out in the T formation. In the big 2024, we're running the T formation on a crucial down to get a yard. And it's going to work. It works beautifully. We're going to hand this ball to Ken Walker. The blocking's great. He's able to pick up 2 or 3 there. They got a first down with the damn T formation. And also, technically speaking, with the way this play is lined up, at least traditionally, to my knowledge, correct me if I'm wrong, halfback, fullback is the way I've always seen the T formation lined up. Now, obviously, you can line it up however you want, but I think it's interesting that Charbonnet is in the fullback position here. Because check this block out. Perfect form. Hands in the chest, pops cam curl, drives him out of the play, goes back for seconds and ends up missing because cam curl sidesteps him knowing the play's over. But that was a heck of a block from Charbonnet, man. Heck of a job. And then we take a look at Brady Russell here. He doesn't get a whole lot to do, right? He's just doing what he can. He ends up tripping Byron Young here and ends up getting his hands into Christian Roseboom. Not a whole lot going on, right? But Charbonnet, I'm really impressed with that block. 26. You've got my attention, and I hope you intend on keeping it. But anyways, T formation in 2024 worked flawlessly in Seattle. So shout out to the Seahawks for that. And of course, the only thing better than a team running the T formation in 2024 is a team running the Wing-T. The Delaware Wing-T is alive and well in Tampa Bay, apparently, because they did end up running it on Monday Night Football against the Kansas City Chiefs. And might I just say, the power that comes from running the Delaware Wing-T against the only undefeated team in the sport in front of a national audience, that is beautiful. I know I keep saying things are beautiful, but the truth of the matter is, there is nothing more beautiful than the fullback position. It is God's gift to this planet. And by definition, the Buccaneers don't technically have a fullback, but on this play, by definition, Rachaad White is lined up where your fullback would be. Before we jump into it, shout out to Coach Dan Casey on Twitter. He's the one who actually posted this play and brought my attention to it because I didn't get to watch Tampa's All-22 this week. I was a bit more focused on other teams that employ traditional fullbacks. So because of that, I was able to find this gem of a play. And from what he could tell, this looks like it is 934 counter from Tubby Raymond and Ted Kempsky's Delaware Wing-T offense. I'm going to throw up a screenshot on the screen that'll show you what exactly the play art for that looks like. Just a beautiful, beautiful play here. And we'll go ahead and let this ball snap. First of all, I love the blocking up front. Rookie center Graham Barton is about to absolutely murder a guy. And I'll let this play so you can watch that. Just buries him in the dirt. And you see this ends up being a wing-back run. We've got Bucky Irving lined up out here. And I will say this isn't the first time they've lined him up in this position and ran it with him. This is just the first time that I've outwardly noticed that they're running the Wing-T. So you send 81 here, your other wing, upfield to take care of Shamari Connor. You're running a fake toss that ends up being this counter play here. And Cody Mock gets bullied up front, unfortunately. Drew Tranquil and Nick Bolton do not want him to block anybody. They don't want him to have a good time. So that's going to leave Bucky Irving to make a play. And you see he plays this perfectly. He cuts inside, which is going to send Drew Tranquil to the inside, and then he's immediately going to cut back out and explode through a gap that's about to open up. And he does a great job of doing that. Picks up, like I said, about 7 or 8. I guess explode was the wrong word. He kind of just got upfield. But regardless, more yards are more yards. And they ran the damn Wing-T. They did it. The Mad Lads did it. And not only did they run it, but you got good yards off of it, and your center killed a man in the process. If that isn't good football, I know Fullback Friday, we're looking for fullback plays. Wing-T and fullback are synonymous, right? So we got to bunch them together. But what I was trying to say was, if this doesn't get you excited, if this isn't peak football, then I don't know what would get you excited, and I don't know what is peak football, because I don't think there's anything better than this right here. And like I alluded to, our final clip here is going to be the other team that ran the Delaware Wing-T, and that is the New York Giants, which I wish I could say it was a better ball club, but hey, Brian Daboll's a great offensive mind, so I'm happy to see that he's using it. This is going to be a relatively similar play. We're going to have another wing-back run here. We're going to hand it to Darius Slayton. He end up faking a toss to Saquon, all that good stuff. So we'll go ahead and let this one run out. So you fake the toss, you get some good blocking up front. John Michael Schmitz does a great job of turning his guy away from the play. John Runyon with good awareness to see that he's going to have a lineman coming over here. Yep, good blocking here. This tackle looks like he's going to be in good position. Like, the line's doing a great job blocking on this play. They keep their guys out. John Runyon gets slipped a little bit, but at that point, you know, we're past him, so it's all right. Expecting Wan'Dale Robinson to hold a block, and he did for a second. So now if you just get this last block from, I believe it's Malik Neighbors. It is. I'm remembering now. It's Malik Neighbors. If you get that last block, you have a chance here. He unfortunately could not get his guy out of the way, and Slayton's going to get tackled from behind. So the unfortunate part of this play is you're expecting tiny Wan'Dale Robinson to block, and you're asking your boy over there, Malik Neighbors, to not only block, but to get like serious push and drive that guy all the way out. Just in that moment. I mean, that's not like technically what the play is asking, but in that moment, that's what he'd need to do. And Malik Neighbors is going to be a superstar in this league. He's an incredible, talented young player. He's not an elite blocker as a receiver, and that's obviously more than okay. Like, that's not a slight at him. It's just not something that's in his skill set. He can't do that, but he can burn you for 80 yards downfield, and I'm sure a lot of people out there would rather take the latter than the former. But regardless, I really wish, just for this play, they would have done something a little bit different here instead of having Wan'Dale Robinson as the wing here. I really wish they would have went for something, you know, maybe a little bit bigger, maybe put like a Daniel Bellinger there, or like you got Manhurts over here. I was going to say maybe put Chris Manhurts, but that wouldn't work. Maybe a Theo Johnson, just like a tight end, get them upfield, let them block. Because I think if that happens, you're scoring with the Wing-T, and that's insane. But unfortunately, you got Wan'Dale there. You know, credit to Wan'Dale. He does a good job. He breaks down, gets his hands up, like he tries his best. But that's Jeremy Chin. You can't really see from this angle, but that's Jeremy Chin. Jeremy Chin is a very good run defender from the safety position. You know, played linebacker at certain points, plays like that dime linebacker role. Not somebody that you can really trust Wan'Dale to take on. And also the angle doesn't do him any favors, but that's the angle Slayton has to take because 76 here, Runyon can't get a hold of his man. You know, there's a couple things that don't go perfect here, but I'm nitpicking. You know, this is still an 11-yard gain. That's awesome. First down, 11-yard gain, huge play. I'm just a little bit salty that we were this close. Literally, just let this play run real quick. See where he ends up landing. We were this close, literally this close to a Wing-T touchdown. That would have been so awesome. But, you know, hopefully the Giants and the Buccaneers continue to whip this out. And honestly, teams around the league, take notes. Get cute, get funky. Run the Wing-T. Teams with the fullback. San Francisco, I am begging you. Debo at wingback. Juszczyk as the lone back in the backfield at fullback. You have Kittle lined up as your inline tight end. Put, you know, whoever, Ayuk, Ricky Pearsall, whoever. Or actually, Ayuk's out for the year, I just remembered. So put slick Ricky Pearsall as your other wing. Run a wingback dive or wingback counter, wingback trap, whatever with Debo. Kyle Shanahan, do that, and my life is yours. I am begging Kyle Shanahan to whip out the Wing-T. These teams that don't even have fullbacks are whipping out the Wing-T. We need Shanahan to follow suit, to do the same for nothing other than my own personal amusement and joy. Listen, I'm a Bears fan. We cut our fullback. I'm very sad. This season sucks. I need to derive joy from somewhere, and fullbacks are my escape. So Kyle Shanahan, please, for the love of God, run the wing T at some point in this season.
Had a chance on the throwback.
This was an ill-advised throw. What an unbelievable catch by Cole Kmet. And he cups it too. No movement when he hits the ground, tucked up against his shoulder.
Wow. Using that